Party day in Minneapolis for Big Ten football on ESPN. This afternoon from TCF Bank Stadium, it's a Big Ten Mountain West showdown. As the Golden Gophers hope to remain perfect on the young season, Minnesota hosts Colorado State. The Rams make the trip from Fort Collins with a 2-1 record. I'm Eamon McEnany, happy to be joined by John Congemi. This game last year went to overtime, and John, last week the Colorado State program received a shot in the arm due to the arm of the young Colin Hill.
Yeah, and they found a quarterback in the freshman. The first thing that jumps out is his size at 6'5". He throws a catchable ball, he locates it well, and it comes out on time. And I think that's going to be a key today, as well as his ability to run the football. This 51-yard touchdown last week, he accounted for 4 touchdowns through the air, 1 on the ground, 315 yards. So this is a guy that can get things done, and he's going to get a chance, Eamon, to do it right away after this opening kickoff.
He was given the starting job over a couple of veterans, but now things get a little bit tougher on the road against the Big Ten team. Emmett Carpenter will kick it off for the Gophers. The Rams won the toss and elected to receive, and that is into the end zone for a touchback. So pretty gutsy move by Coach Mike Bobo to hand the reins over to a true freshman.
Well, I like it. I think the confidence in a young quarterback, the way he feels, he loves his demeanor. He's even-keeled, so a good start, his first start on the road in a little bit of a hostile environment. Kind of a raw day. He's going to get a chance to start this offense right away.
Out of South Carolina, the first true freshman at Colorado State to throw for over 300 yards in his first career start. They'll start with Dalen Dawkins in the backfield. He's been banged up here on the young season. Hill to throw. Here comes pressure, and he cannot get away from Steven Richardson. The junior out of Chicago opens things up with a sack.
Steven Richardson's just beating his man at the point of attack and gets to the young freshman on the first set of downs, the first play of the game. And this is a defensive tackle that's building on a huge game he had last year against Colorado State in that overtime victory.
7 tackles against the Rams last year, and Will Friend, the offensive coordinator, remembered. He said 96 is a handful.
There
now
he is again.
Exactly. Oh, they're still on his feet, Dawkins, but he can't get away from the second tackler. Duke McGee follows up, but it was the penetration again created by Richardson. So now 3rd and long for the freshman.
And this is a challenge for the Rams coming into a Big Ten environment on the road. They have to stay away from those negative plays. They have to win on first down, especially when you're starting a freshman quarterback.
Offensive coordinator Will Friend telling us yesterday our O-line better have their big boy pads on. Not so far on the first 2 plays of the game.
This is where you have to be careful as a quarterback to protect the football on 3rd and long.
3rd and 24, and they're going to throw. Looking to set up the screen. They complete it, and Dawkins gets outside. Across the 20, across the 25, well short of the first down. Antonio Chenault pushes him out of bounds, but a positive pickup of 19.
Especially on 3rd down, it was important for the Rams to get positive yardage just to win early in this game, the field position battle. Good call on 3rd down.
So they send out the All-American punter Hayden Hunt. Drew Wolotarski back to receive for the Gophers. This will be Myrick, who cannot get away. Jalen Myrick dropped right at the 25. So while the Rams, John, start a true freshman, the exact opposite end of the spectrum for the Gophers.
Yeah, a veteran quarterback with Mitch Leidner coming in at the helm for Minnesota. There are his ranks historically for Minnesota in his career. Passing touchdowns, he's 7th. Rushing touchdowns, 25, just surpassing a former teammate of mine, Ricky Foggy, who had a stellar career as a Golden Gopher here in Minnesota.
You've been waiting all week to get that.
Well, he's a good guy, you know. Got to get Ricky involved here early.
Ricky, a great quarterback in the 80s, played for Lou Holtz here at Minnesota. Rodney Smith, the one back for the Gophers, twins to the right. Now motion on 1st and 10 from the 25. They give it to Smith right up the middle. He has an alley. He gets the first down. So good job by the offensive line to create a crease. 12-yard pickup.
some of the keys offensively for Minnesota is to run the football and to be balanced on offense. If you can win first down, you stay out of the blitz package, you stay out of all those long, third and long opportunities. And defensively for Colorado State, they have to win on first down to force this Minnesota offense to throw the football.
Leidner with time. What a catch. Eric Carter brings it in. Well, it looked like he was tripped anyway. Eric Carter brings it in. Justin Sweet on the coverage, but a nice grab for 13 yards.
Carter extends and makes a terrific catch right in front of the Colorado State bench. This is a guy that was injured in camp, slow to get back. Had a lot of play last year, but getting back to form from 2015.
23 catches a year ago, his first this year. Smith up the middle into Colorado State territory. Gain of 2. Second and 8 from the Ram 48, 6 play of this drive.
It's where you may like to move the pocket if you're Minnesota.
Wolodarski in motion. They give it to him on the fly sweep. Can't turn the corner. Strung out well by the Rams defense. No gain. So another 3rd and long for Leidner.
Another opportunity for the 5th-year senior quarterback to try to move the football through the air. And I would look for Colorado State to bring pressure as they did on that last 3rd down opportunity.
Now clearly so far in 2 games, the guy he looks for in these situations is Drew Wolodarski. In their last game against Indiana State, Wolodarski caught 8 passes for 125 yards, and he already has the big play here on this drive.
And he'll line up to the field side in the slot for Minnesota.
Here comes heat from the Rams, and it's Smith with the grab. Brian Smith, good for the first down at the Colorado State 39. Jordan Vaden with the tackle, but a 9-yard pickup keeps the drive alive.
And another good job by Leidner, the quarterback, with timing in the pass offense on 3rd down. You know heat's coming from Colorado State, and he's able to look off to the flat, come back to the quick slant, and move the chains for the Golden Gophers.
Beebe in at fullback. Shannon Brooks on the field. So Brooks gets on the field for Minnesota, and here he is. Right up the middle. And Gopher fans like to see 23 in gold out there. He had a huge freshman campaign, and he picks up 4.
You mentioned Brooks coming back from that foot and ankle injury. Looks to be 100% in warm-ups as we watched him run around a little bit. It is a good 1-2 punch if Brooks can add to what Rodney Smith gives this offense.
Second and 6 now from the Ram 35. Twins to the right. Brooks stays out there. Back to Brooks. Forges ahead, set up 3rd and short. 3-yard pickup for Brooks. Now the playbook's all open, I would think.
Well, it's your positive plays on 1st and 2nd down. This plays right into what Minnesota would like to do. They can have the options in the passing game, or they can thump it inside again in the running attack.
Smith back in the backfield in the pistol, twins to the right.
And you can never discount the running ability of Leidner here on 3rd and short at quarterback.
They give it to Smith. Huge hole. Still on his feet at the 10. 5. All the way down to the 1-yard line. Tyree Simmons keeps him out of the end zone, but what a hole. 31 yards on the gain.
Terrific job up front by Minnesota. Weiler gets in at right guard and closes down with center Tyler Moore and creates that crease that explodes Rodney Smith inside the 5.
Back to Smith. No, Leidner keeps himself, and he's going to stroll into the end zone. Career rushing touchdown number 26. It goes for 6 yards.
Terrific drive by the Minnesota offense. That's just textbook. Exactly the way the Golden Gophers want to play on offense. Little play action on 3rd down, get some explosive plays in the running attack, and then let your quarterback, the veteran 5th-year senior, get in from 6.
Emmett Carpenter on for the extra point. And it's good. And John, for the Gophers, it was defense to offense.
It really was. It was set up by their defense deep in their red zone. Demarius Travis was able to come up with a big interception that turned the momentum around for the Golden Gophers. It tees up some explosive plays out of this Minnesota offense, a couple of conversion, and then the 6-yard run by the 5th-year senior.
Welcome back to the All-State Saturday Kickoff. A look behind the scenes at the Minnesota locker room, and the largest locker room in football, college, or the NFL. John, all these new locker rooms got to remind you of your Pitt days, right? Back in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
You had to fold the chair and
exactly like that. The wooden stool. I didn't see a wooden stool in there.
Carpenter on for the kickoff. And this will be another touchback. I formation for the Rams on 1st and 10 from the 25. Dawkins fights off one tackler and pushes forward for a couple of yards. Let's check in with Brendan Fitzgerald in the studio.
Hey, Eamon, in Oxford, SEC matchup between Georgia and Ole Miss. Derek Jones, senior, first career interception, picked a great time for it after he missed the first 3 games. It's 10-0 Rebels.
All right, Brendan, and a big gain here by Izzy Matthews as the Rams get back in Gopher territory. Pickup of 21 for the sophomore out of Redding, California, and now the Rams again going quickly. They stay in the I formation. Back to Matthews, working his way inside the 45.
2 positive runs for Colorado State that get the Rams into Golden Gopher territory, and now this is exactly what Colorado State wants to do. They want to answer that scoring drive by Minnesota with a solid drive and points of their own.
Matthews stays in the backfield. 2nd and 3 from the Gopher 44. And the end around, it's Dietrich Clark who has the first down to the 25. So a little bit of deception.
And getting some explosive plays in the running game, Eamon. That's exactly what you would want for Colin Hill, the freshman quarterback, trying to bounce back after the red zone interception. He wants an opportunity to redeem himself as the Rams move closer to the 20-yard line.
19-yard pickup. Matthews bounces to the outside. Gets inside the 20. Can't get away from Antonio Chenault. But a positive pickup on 1st down.
I like the combination of Matthews and Dawkins. Dawkins hits the hole with authority and quickness, and Matthews is kind of that prodder. He waits for his blocking to set up, and then he's able to hit the hole. So a 1-2 punch to help out Colin Hill, the quarterback.
Now we get a look at their 3rd option, the freshman Marvin Kinsey out of Atlanta, Georgia, getting on the field for the first time. 2nd and 3 from the 18. They keep it on the ground, and Kinsey gets the first down. One man to beat, still on his feet, and he will score. His 2nd career touchdown. Quite a response from the Rams on the road.
That's how you answer a team on the road with a young quarterback. You come back to the running game, and we weren't sure how this offensive line would respond, but a couple of explosive plays in the running attack, and then Kinsey's able to go 18 yards for the touchdown.
Clearly in there, and that's a touchdown, absolutely. So a 75-yard drive for the visitors from Colorado to answer. And we are tied at 7. Nothing fancy about that drive.
No, let's go north and south and get it back to the running game. And we talked about the big play pads needing to come in early in this game by this offensive line for Colorado State. On that series, it was a couple of gashing runs, 6 plays, 75 yards, taking 2:10 off the clock, culminating in the 18-yard run by Marvin Kinsey.
Braxton Davis ready to tee it up. Rodney Smith and Jalen Myrick back to receive.
So important for Colorado State to answer in this first quarter. You don't want to see the scoreboard go to 14-0 going into the second. Now 7-7 with 46 seconds left to go in period number 1.
And he drives this one into the end zone for a touchback. Play fake to Brooks. Leidner rolling right. Has a man open. The big tight end. Wide open. Wozniak with the grab. When you're 6'10", even I can spot you wide open.
Eamon, at my elevated age, I might be able to grenade one out there to the 6'10" Wozniak. That's wide open. Good play action call on first down by offensive coordinator Jay Johnson. It gets his quarterback in a rhythm and gets this offense in instant field position at the 43-yard line.
Brandon Lingen's still out, so the tight end position as far as the passing game is basically all Wozniak. Now Brooks on the ground. Shuffles through the hole. It gets hit at the 50. But a good gain on first down for Brooks. Jake Schlager with the hit. Pickup of 8.
One of the keys for Minnesota coming into this game, I felt, was for them offensively to be balanced. And right now you feel like the running attack is helping the play action, and that's the way Minnesota wants to play.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Minnesota took advantage of an interception, drove down the field to take the lead. Colorado State on the road answered immediately. A good one in Minneapolis. We're back with the second quarter after this. All-State Saturday kickoff. We are ready for the second quarter. Colorado State, Minnesota all tied at 7. Of course, Minnesota coached by Tracy Claeys, taking over for Jerry Kill. Now, of course, the full-time head coach. And as he found out, a lot more than just X's and O's when you're the head coach.
A lot of interviews, a lot of community stuff, but he likes the way his team plays. They like to play. They run the football well offensively, and his question marks were on the defensive side, but that was answered by the interception by Travis early in this game.
Leidner keeps it himself, gets the first down, gets a block on the outside, and gets down to the 35. All right, Brendan, thanks. Minnesota gets into Big Ten play next week against Penn State. Leidner now off the play action. Complete to Tyler Johnson, the freshman from right here in Minneapolis. He cannot get away from Kevin Nutt. 3-yard pickup.
By number 10, Kevin Nutt Jr.
Johnson, a former high school quarterback.
That was good coverage by Kevin Nutt. You got an athletic Tyler Johnson on the outside on the perimeter. He's able to corral in the open field a very athletic and talented receiver.
Beebe at fullback, twins to the left. Wolotarski in the slot on 2nd and 7 from the Ram 32. Brooks lowers his shoulder and powers his way to the 31 for a short gain. Pickup of 2. So 3rd and about 5 here.
A lot of man coverage on 3rd and medium, it seems like, for Colorado State. They want to bring pressure into the pocket and try to force Mitch Leidner into a throw he doesn't want to make.
You're right at about field goal range for Emmett Carpenter if you don't gain a yard here. Leidner looking to throw. On the slant, he has his man, Wolotarski. First down inside the 20. 10-yard pickup. And there's no doubt on a money downs who he's looking for.
I'm looking for 82. Good timing in the pass offense. Starts with great protection up front. They pick up the stunt. And a good on-target throw by Mitch Leidner. Minnesota
10 for 10 with 10 touchdowns so far on the season when they get the ball in the red zone. It's right there on the 20. Leidner all day. Now the pocket collapses. Gets away from one man, still on his feet. And that's what Mitch Leidner brings to the table. Josh Watson trips him up. But a 6-yard gain when it looked like he was about to get sacked.
Yeah, that play could have went from bad to worse. The timing in the backfield wasn't there for play action, and Leidner's able to make a positive out of a negative and get this offense inside the 15-yard line.
Somewhere your old teammate Ricky Fogey saying, man, if that was me, I'd be in the end zone.
Ricky might have bumped his head on the goalpost on that one. You're right.
Leidner has it. Nice move. Gets inside the 5. The Rams took away the corner and he head upfield. 9-yard pickup by Leidner.
A lot of ways to get it done on the ground, especially when you have a quarterback that puts pressure on the edges of the defense with the threat of running the football. Very good throwing it today, but 5 for 42 and a touchdown on the ground for the fifth-year senior.
First and goal from the 5. Smith in the backfield. He has it up the middle. Still up. Feet still moving. Pushing the pile. Touchdown, Gophers.
The will to get in the end zone. It looks like that ball is in the end zone, no problem. We got a little assist from Connor Mays, the left guard, number 55, pushing the 5'11" Rodney Smith into the end zone.
Carpenter on for the extra point. And it's good. So the Gophers answer the Rams' 75-yard drive with a 75-yard drive, and Mitch Leidner showing off the skill set.
Leidner does a great job of running the football and running this offense and getting the Gophers back in the end zone. A couple of positive plays on the ground to match his passing attack today, and gets Rodney Smith into the end zone and gets the Gophers up by 7.
Nutt back to receive. This one held up a little bit, and he's going to bring it out. Across the 10. It's tackled at the 15. Gopher fans looking for a flag, but no penalty on that one.
Pretty good start to his game today.
The toss to Dietrich Clark. Picks up a couple. We'll give him 3 to set up 2nd and 7. Second time they've given it to Clark coming around. Now he stays in the backfield. Hill rolling out. Complete for a first down. Danny Wosu, the tight end, with the grab.
Really good job by Colin Hill on the play action. He fakes that toss and really holds the Gophers inside and able to get outside and find his big tight end to get this drive started.
They give it to Matthews to the left, change of directions. Nice spin move across the 40. Gets very near the first down. Brought down by Antonio Chenot. All right, Brendan, thanks for that. 2nd and short. Matthews, nice patient run, gets the first down. Looked like they had him bottled up for a loss. And he was able to find the hole and move the chains.
You mentioned patience, and I think that's what gets that first down. You know, a lot of patience in the running game, good vision and good timing getting to the outside.
They keep it on the ground. Matthews cannot get away. Julian Huff with a good leg tackle for a loss of 2.
At some point, you would think Minnesota defensively is going to start to crowd the line of scrimmage, and they're going to force Colin Hill, the freshman quarterback, to make a play here in this drive with his arm.
Now Kinsey at tailback, Peralta fullback. On 2nd and 11. Play fake. Hill down the sideline. Nice adjustment, but incomplete. Dropped by Elroy Masters. The throw was there.
The throw might have looked high and outside, but that was on purpose. That was a good throw by Colin Hill. A stop fade to the backside, and if you're a big receiver like Masters at 6'2", you go up and get 2 hands on the football. Man, you got to help out your freshman quarterback there.
Now 3rd and long. Do they put heat on the freshman quarterback? Gopher fans starting to make some noise. Five on the play clock. Here comes pressure. He's going to get drilled. The ball is loose. Minnesota ball. Elmore with the recovery. And who else? Tayon Devers does it again, the freshman. He did that twice against Oregon State. and he comes off the edge and absolutely levels Colin Hill.
That is pure speed coming from the edge of the Minnesota defense. Devers comes off the edge and just uses his speed rush and lowers the boom on the freshman quarterback. That's just a textbook move of speed and aggressiveness by the Minnesota defensive freshman Tavon Devers out of Ely High School down in Pompano Beach, Florida.
Wozniak lining up to the left. Wolodarski's been the main target on third down so far this afternoon. But they give it to Smith. Spins away from one man, keeps his legs moving, gets the first down, gets inside the 20. He does not go down easily. And that is something defensive coordinator Marty English was aware of yesterday.
The explosive Rodney Smith looked like he was stopped in his own backfield, but the spin move goes for 13 and keeps this drive alive for Minnesota offensively. That's just a terrific individual effort by Rodney Smith.
Now Minnesota with a chance to take advantage of another turnover. They converted the interception, now looking to convert the fumble. Also looking to remain perfect on the season inside the red zone. Right now 11 of 11 with 11 touchdowns. Smith right up the middle, inside the 10. Still moving. He is a load.
Who do you give the football to in this Minnesota offense? I mean, at running back, you've got Rodney Smith, you've got Shannon Brooks now back into the game. You've got McCray that's pitched in, but Rodney Smith on back-to-back runs, really an aggressive downhill running attack. 155 yards off of 22 rushes for this Minnesota offense.
That's why coaches love competition. A, you remain fresh, but you know you got to keep those legs moving or they might give it to someone else. Smith, this time, no extra effort. They drive him back. Got a little tired of him breaking tackles. So Josh Watson arrived there a little angry.
1 yard loss on the play, second down.
Also won. Second and goal from the 3.
With just under 3 minutes to go before halftime, this is a big defensive stand if Colorado State can answer here on second and third down.
They go to the pistol. Smith, nothing doing again. So the Rams tighten things up inside. Justin Sweet coming up to make the tackle.
On that second down opportunity, I was looking for quarterback Mitch Leidner to maybe give that ball as bait and take it back and use his running ability off the edge. Maybe on third down, they may dial up a quarterback run. They've been perfect on the season in the red zone, getting into the end zone.
From the 3, Wolodarski in motion. Leidner keeps it himself, and he cannot get away. Great job by Watson to keep contained. And for the first time this season, once they get inside the red zone, as of now, Tracy Claeys is going to settle for the field goal.
Staying at home as a defensive end when you have a quarterback that can run the football is critical, and Watson does a great job of not losing leverage to the wide side of the field.
Emmett back here in Minnesota, part of All-State Saturday kickoff. Emmett Carpenter on to attempt a 28-yard field goal to give the Gophers a 10-point lead. High snap, they get it down. And that kick is right down Hennepin Avenue for 3 more Gopher points. So they cash in off the turnover. Let's check. Gophers lead by 10. Let's now take you to college football scoreboard with Brendan Fitzgerald and Kevin Carter. Welcome back to the Big Ten on ESPN. Moments away from the second half here at TCF Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Minnesota will get the ball to start the third quarter, and the Gophers lead Colorado State by 10. Eamon McEnany along with John Kingemi, and the Rams able to hang around there late in the second quarter.
Good defensive stand, really kept this game at 17-7. I was impressed with both teams' rushing attack, but I think offensively for Colorado State to get back in this one, the young quarterback Colin Hill is going to have to play a better second half.
Started off well, but then they put some pressure on him and it rattled him. Now for today's Game Track, brought to you by Taco Bell. We take a look at some of the main performers in the first half.
Well, Mitch Leidner did a great job both throwing the football and running the football. He off of play action, 187 yards off of 7 completions. Rushing the football, he got the touchdown and 41 yards. Rodney Smith, he's been the thumper for Minnesota. A touchdown on 83 yards and close to 7 yards per carry. But Colin Hill, 4 of 13 for 80 yards, had the interception, and also, you know, that interception took away scoring points down in the red zone, and that hurt Colorado State in that first quarter.
Led to a touchdown drive for the Gophers. Minnesota will receive the second half kickoff. The final tune-up before Big Ten play. Myrick and Smith back to receive the kickoff from Braxton Davis. And the second half is underway. Let's see. Did it go into the end zone or go out of bounds? It's Mitch Leidner pretty efficient in the first half.
He did a good job leading those drives in the first half. You know, the first 3 had 190 yards, ending up with 2 touchdowns, but the last 3 drives for Minnesota only 35 yards, but they did get a field goal off of the turnover so that they can build on field position, couple of explosive plays in that running attack. They can build on this 17-7 lead.
And they start with Smith out of the pistol. Leidner off the play fake. Hits Wozniak, who brings it in. Lunges for the 29. 4-yard gain. Josh Watson with another tackle.
It's just an example of if you can get the ball out in front of your tight end, instead of a 4-yard gain on first down play action, you're going to probably get a first down and get this drive started.
Second and 6. Leidner steps up. Has a man open, complete to Beebe. He stepped out of bounds, but he gets the first down. So 2 straight hookups with the tight end for Leidner here to start the third quarter. Pick up a 7 there.
And 2 straight passes with a team that came out running the football in the first half. So a little change, halftime adjustment in the second half.
Now it's on the ground to Smith. He cannot bounce it to the outside. Watson again with the penetration and the tackle. The Rams have definitely tightened things up inside and become more stout.
More important for the Rams defensively to not allow points in this first drive. They can come out, get the football back, try to score first in the third quarter and tighten this deficit right now for the Rams.
It's actually a loss of 1, so now Shannon Brooks gets his first opportunity of the second half. He's out there at running back. Rams bringing pressure up the middle. Brooks runs right into it and bounces off 1 man. So he makes something out of nothing. 4-yard pickup. Brian Ohinegini with the tackle.
Little change defensively for the Rams. Defensive coordinator Marty English, a couple of pressure runs, bringing 8 and 9 guys around the line of scrimmage, now setting up a 3rd and more than medium for the Golden Gophers.
3rd and 7, and that has meant Drew Wolodarski for most of this game and most of the young season. They move Wozniak over to the right. Brooks in the backfield. Here comes pressure up the middle. Leidner gets rid of it, but incomplete to Brooks. So the Rams bring some heat, and it forces the errant throw, so that'll force a punt. Darnell Thompson with the pressure.
Exactly what the Rams needed defensively. They come out, they give up a first down, but not a lot of field position, and they're going to get this football back with an opportunity to get that freshman quarterback going in the second half.
Ruiz has room to move, trying to get to the wall. Gets there, turns the corner, heads upfield, knocked out of bounds across the 46. But a good job by Ruiz to get to the outside. So the Rams get the stop and get the ball back. We're back to Minnesota right after this. So now Coach Bobo looking for a sharper second half from his true freshman quarterback. Got off to a decent start and then cooled off. And he keeps it himself. It's Bauta, a new quarterback, Fatone Bauta. We were told would have a package in this game. Keeps it himself for 9 yards, and now Colin Hill back out there.
You might see a little bit more of that just to keep this Minnesota defense on its heels. A little bit more throwing out of the freshman Hill, and Bauta coming on to use his legs and what he does best in the running game.
So Kinsey in the backfield on 2nd and 1. Clark in motion. They give it to Kinsey. He has the first down. And then he's brought down by a swarm of Gophers, but Jack Lynn, the first one to hit him. 2-yard pickup for the Rams. So a huge opportunity here for Colorado State in Minnesota territory.
I wouldn't be surprised if Colin Hill rears back and tries to get an explosive play to Gallup. Michael Gallup on the outside has been kind of quiet. He's to the near side, the outside receiver. He's got to get involved in this football game.
And here he is on the smoke screen. Coach is telling us yesterday he's the guy that can be a game changer for us.
Well, he can. He has the speed to get behind coverage, and if you can get him on the smoke screen to the outside with a little bit of space, he can make people miss. So getting your playmakers involved in this second half can only help Colin Hill in his production and his percentage in the second half.
Second and 6 now from the Minnesota 38. Gallup now to the left, bottom of your screen, twins to the right. Here comes pressure up the middle. Hill keeps it himself, gets the first down, and goes out of bounds. I don't know if that was designed or if he took it away from the running back, but he made the right decision.
I think it had a little design on it, and you can't forget he had a 51-yard touchdown run last year at 6'4" and only 210. He doesn't look like he's going to beat you on the ground, but he's very athletic at the quarterback spot, and he moves the chains. Now the ball down at the Golden Gopher 30-yard line. Gallup is man-to-man to the left side of the field. I would not be surprised if the young quarterback takes a liberty and takes a shot at the end zone to Michael Gallup.
They're going to run it to the freshman who squirts through, still on his feet, Kinsey. But there's a flag on the play. First and goal if it stands, and the Rams say it will.
During the run, holding, defense, number 96, half the distance to the goal from the end of the run.
The officials have their eyes on Richardson.
Well, Richardson may not have been the culprit to jump off sides, but he gets called for defensive holding. He's going to take a hold of both the linemen and hold those guys up. That's a call you don't normally see defensively, and I'm not so sure a lot of the officials actually pick that up when you get defensive linemen trying to draw offensive linemen away from the play.
First and goal. Clark bounces his way into the end zone. Dietrich Clark. What a start to the second half for the visitors from Fort Collins.
Direct snap to the wideout, who plays quarterback in this shotgun formation and gets Colorado State on the board. Colin Hill was in the huddle, breaks out to the outside, and Dietrich Clark goes in to open up the third quarter scoring.
Now Bryant on for the extra point. And we have a ball game.
Terrific start for Colorado State in this second half. They take a holding call, move him down inside the red zone, and Dietrich Clark goes in for the score. And we've got ourselves a football game in Minnesota.
Big things happening with the Colorado State football program back on campus. September 12th, ceremony held to celebrate the stadium groundbreaking, and they're expecting to have a new stadium ready to go for the fall of 2017. September 9th will be the opener. It's going to hold roughly a little over 41,000 fans. And of course, it's going to have additional features, academic classrooms, alumni association center, but new stuff out in Colorado State, and of course, new facilities here in Minnesota for the athletes as well. Now the Gophers looking for a spark. Myrick hit hard at the 24. Certainly the visitors right now are playing with some confidence as they come out with a two-back set. Beebe in front of Brooks. And they give it to Brooks. Nothing doing. Trey Thomas with the tackle. No gain.
Defensive coordinator Marty English, he's not afraid to move these guys around up front and crowd the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't fearful of the big bodies of this Minnesota offensive line. He says, we're tough and we're fast and we can rally to the football, and they've done it pretty consistently over 2.5 quarters.
Telling us they did not have the size up front week 1 to handle Colorado. He thought getting some players like O'Shea Jackson back would be a big help. Now the play fake. Here comes pressure up the middle. Leidner gets rid of it, and he has Wolitarsky wide open into Ram territory. Schlager finally takes him out of bounds, but a huge pickup for the Gophers, 32 yards.
You run the football and it sets up play action, and Mitch Leidner gets great protection to be able to find one of the purest route runners that Minnesota has. He's their best wide receiver, but Wolitarsky's able to find creases, and that time wide open in the Rams secondary.
His 4th catch of the ball game. Johnson in motion. Here's Brooks. Has an alley inside the 40. Bounces off 1 man. He could go all the way down to the 7-yard line. Braylon Scott hustled back to keep him out of the end zone. It looked for a second there that he had a chance to break it, but 35 yards on the ground.
Explosive plays is what Minnesota lived on in that first half. They were able to grind it in between the tackles, but in the passing game and in the running game, you need to change field position and you need to get into scoring opportunities, and that's exactly what Shannon Brooks did. Good, tough running after first contact.
Still perfect for points inside the red zone, just not touchdowns anymore, but it looks like Brooks will get 6 here. That's why they call it execution. 9 yards, his first touchdown of the season, and the Gophers answer.
And Eamon, that one was just too easy. Nobody on the perimeter for the Rams defense setting the edge. And the sophomore Shannon Brooks goes untouched for 9 and a touchdown.
Carpenter on for the extra point. When you need to respond, you go back to the bread and butter.
Yeah, I think you do. You go back to your running game, a little play action, and it sets up things in your offense. And that's what Minnesota has to do offensively. They have to be cognizant of what type of football team they are. And it's a run-first team that plays off of play action. And Shannon Brooks was able to play off of that play action that was set up from Leidner to his playmaker on the outside, Wolitarsky. Drew's able to run a great route, get wide open in front of the Colorado State bench, and that led to a thumping downhill run and yards after first contact for Shannon Brooks. He gets an explosive play in the running game, and then he goes untouched to the short side of the field. Good blocking at the point of attack.
Welcome back, Shannon Brooks, for the Gopher fans. An electric freshman year. Missed the first 2 games, but making an impact on that drive. And the offense gets back in gear.
Well, they needed to answer the Rams. The Rams seemed like they gathered and had early third quarter momentum going into score, but now it's back to a 10-point deficit for Colorado State.
Carpenter to kick. Nutt to return. He's going to bring it out. Smothered at the 17. Big hit. Here they start with an all-freshman backfield. Well, now they actually have a fullback in there. Gopher fans getting into it. Here's Kinsey. Out across the 20. Brought down by Carter Coughlin. Gain of 3.
Very important for Colorado State to stay on the field here. After that explosive drive by Minnesota, they don't want to give the football right back to that offense.
Dalen Dawkins now in the backfield. Gallup, if they're looking for the big play, top of the screen to the right. Hill steps up, throws behind his man, looking for Ruiz. All right, certainly a surprise there that Wisconsin's leading that comfortably on the road after how impressive Michigan State looked against Notre Dame. Here comes pressure on 3rd and long. Hill with time, has a man wide open. It's Gallup at the 40.
Eamon, that's the guy that needs to touch the football. They're a 20-yarder, and Colorado State up at the line of scrimmage. They want to use tempo right now in this drive.
Trips to the right, one back is Dalen Dawkins. High throw into double coverage, can't hook up with Gallup.
I like the call. You know, Will Friend, we talked to him yesterday, the offensive coordinator for Colorado State, and he said last year we had 5 or 6 shot plays dialed up and we missed them, and that was the difference in the football game. So I like to see that on 1st down as we get another look at Bauta, the backup quarterback, in for Colin Hill.
Product of Poly Prep High School in Brooklyn, then moved down to Florida. Started at Georgia. Now, he's had quite the college football odyssey. And he keeps it himself again, has an alley. Bounces off one tackler, lunges forward close to the 1st down. Coughlin hit him, 9-yard pickup. But and now Bauta stays out there to go quickly.
And that's the wrinkle and the adjustment in the 2nd half.
Quarterback sneak, Lynn jumps all over him.
Ruling
I
on the
thought he
field
got
as
it, but the
runner's
spot.
down short of the line to gain. It's 4th down.
Wow, not a good spot for Colorado State. No gain. So now Coach Bobo.
And they're going to bring this offense and keep the offense on the field. This is a green light go situation for Colorado State here.
Switch quarterbacks. Big moment in this game here with under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd. Colorado State down by 10. They run the fullback, and he gets it. Izzy Matthews got tripped up behind the line of scrimmage, but kept his balance for the yard. So Coach Bobo gets a new set of downs to work with.
And I think Mike is a little bit more aggressive in the 3rd quarter here with the way they're running their offense. They're mixing in a lot of plays we haven't seen in the 1st half.
Matthews stays out there. Here it is, into the end zone. Good coverage by Myrick. Jalen Myrick knows what you're thinking, John. He's on there with you.
Well, we're trying out there. We're trying to get you. That was good patience by Myrick and a good read on his part. They just went to him on the stop route, and now you try to go by him on 1st down. So smart play by the senior, Jalen Myrick.
Now they go back to Bauta, and so far here that's telegraphed run. Quarterback keeper. You wonder if they let him air it out here on 2nd and 10.
I think this is short side quarterback run the whole way.
14th play of the drive. Instead, he gives it to Dietrich Clark, and the Gophers were ready for it. So now 3rd and long, 3rd and 8. Hill back. Nope, Hill's not coming. He's going to get the call. So Colin Hill's going to go back out there for Bauta. Again, probably still in 4-down territory here.
Again, offensively, what do you do best? What do you trust Colin Hill to do down here close to the 20-yard line? What route? What concept does he like best?
Gallup, top of your screen to the right. Looks like he's getting safety coverage now, but Hill's still looking there. Over the middle. Incomplete. So now Coach Bobo is going to send out his field goal kicker, who's already missed once today. Hill could not hook up with the tight end Nolan Peralta.
just not a good ball down the middle. You'd like to throw that one with a little bit more authority. I think it just got away from him high.
To your
down
point,
the middle.
certainly Gallup has caught their attention. They had the safety giving him help, Myrick Hill.
That's the guy you want to get the football to in this second half.
41-yarder. He's missed from 46 here today. But that is good. So the Rams get 3 points back, and they're within a touchdown. A long drive for the Rams play-wise with a little bit of everything. Work closer. Bryant delivers the field goal. Getting a little bit more of a tussle maybe than they expected. If Minnesota fans saw only that score in the Colorado State game, they were mistaken. Colorado State team much improved since laying an egg in that rivalry game in the opener.
They look good for, better part of 3 quarters today, and Minnesota's going to have to play really well in the 4th quarter to hang on to this lead.
Now Myrick from the 6. Bobbled it a bit, so that slowed him down, and he'll get dropped at the 20. Again, this has kind of been how the season's gone so far. Obviously 2 3/4 in, but Minnesota unable to put teams away in the 3 games.
Yeah, to play 60 minutes of consistent football, that's what all coaches in any level you're asking your team to give you. And right now, this Minnesota offense with 34 seconds left to go before the 4th quarter needs not only to take some time off the clock, but try to get some more points on the board, because I don't think Colorado State is done scoring in this football game. A lot of first down play action passing for Minnesota here in this 3rd quarter.
They give it to Wolotarski on the end around, and he runs right into a Ram. That's a little payback.
There you go. Got his eyes in the right spot and makes the play for the loss.
Loss of 4. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. We'll go to the other end. Minnesota clinging to a 1-score lead against the Rams.
This is the end of the 3rd quarter. Timeout on the field.
Minnesota with the lead, but hardly in control. 2nd and long when we return to Minneapolis for the final 15 minutes of regulation. The Rams hanging tough on the road. Back after this. Welcome back to Minneapolis, an all-state Saturday kickoff. Minnesota with the ball in a 7-point lead, but behind the chains right now to start the 4th quarter, John.
Well, we kind of talked before this game, we thought we'd have a pretty good football game, and we end up getting that through 3 quarters, and now it's up to Minnesota to try to stretch that lead again with this offense, but they are behind the chains here on 2nd down.
It's been an efficient game for Mitch Leidner, much better in the 1st half than the 2nd half, though, for the Gophers attack. They start on 2nd and 14 in the pistol with McCrary. Leidner looking to throw. Pressure up the middle. Gets away from it in the open field. Slides. Wow, how did he not go down? 6'4", 230, and he's got some muscle.
That's how.
Yeah.
He's a strong kid at quarterback, and he just shakes off a would-be sack by Buys, the defensive tackle, and makes a negative into a positive and gets Minnesota into 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 7. McCrary in the backfield, twins to the right. Pressure again up the middle, complete on the screen. McCrary gets the 1st down with the lunge. Lovingood had him wrapped up, but McCrary too strong, keeps pushing for 9 yards.
Much needed 1st down when you start the 4th quarter, 2nd and 14, and you're able to get a quarterback to extend a play, use his legs, and then the middle screen to move the chains in Minnesota. A little bit more momentum now offensively.
Out to the Gopher 46. Play fake, double move, out of bounds. No, maybe Smith's in. The hat's off, and now's the flag. So Nutt with the coverage, looking for Brian Smith.
To see if he stepped out of bounds or was pushed out of bounds.
Did he step out of bounds on his own?
Yeah.
14 yards if it stands. They're talking it over.
There was
There's
contact.
no foul on the play for illegal touching. The defensive player forced the receiver out of bounds. The result of the play is a completed pass.
There was definitely contact inside or in front of the Minnesota bench. And I'm not so sure his heel, there was contact, but I'm not so sure it made him go out of bounds.
Absolutely. Now into Ram territory, trips to the right. McCrary to the left. Still on his feet, down to the 36. Michigan State dominated Notre Dame for 3 quarters and now getting dominated at home. Play fake, Leidner moving the pocket, throwing back. He's got his running back. What a grab by Smith. Good coverage by Kevin Davis, but Smith able to go up and get the catch for 15 yards.
And a pretty good throw and sell job by Mitch Leidner. He goes play action and rolls to the wide side. And as you said, Kevin Davis, the outside linebacker, was in perfect position to make a play on this football, but the location beat him on coverage.
Now to Wolotarski. Cannot get the block. Sweet will bring him down. Pickup of about 4. I tell you, John, when it gets really cold and you're in a Big Ten battle, 3 running backs that Minnesota has is going to pay dividends.
And a 6'10" tight end will do you pretty good as well. And right now, Colorado State has to do what they did before halftime. They cannot allow a touchdown. They have to find a way to get off the field with only a field goal opportunity or create a turnover now with the ball at the 17-yard line.
Back to Smith. Look at the power. I thought he was hit at the line of scrimmage. He kept chugging and moving. Brings up 3rd and short.
That was a negative gain, or at best, no yards. And Smith was able to turn that into a 4-yard gain. That's just power running behind a pretty good offensive line.
All right, John, are you play faking and throwing for 6, or are you running it here to get the first down?
I've already made my play action call here. I'd love to see it.
Nope, they give it to Smith, who pushes the pile forward for the first down, it appears. Power running on display right now from the redshirt sophomore out of Georgia.
That's just good north and south in between the tackles running for Rodney Smith. And he's getting so much attention, and this defense is selling out so hard to stop the run. That's why I think you may hit your head on the goalpost if you're one of those tight ends in a play action call.
1st and goal from the 10. Johnson in motion. They give it to Smith up the middle. Down to the 3. Keel Robinson with the tackle, but it's a 7-yard pickup. And the offensive line for Minnesota starting to impose its will on the Rams.
And I think they're starting to find their identity. You know, this is a north and south running football team that gets a little play action off of it. But right now, with Rodney Smith being the main ball carrier.
Carter in motion. They give it to Smith. Lowers the shoulder, and he's in. What a drive for Rodney Smith. The great catch got it going, then it was all tough running.
If you like tough running and you like strength at the point of attack, this Minnesota team is the team you'll like to watch in 2016.
Carpenter on. And it's good. And the home team back up by 2 touchdowns.
Feeling a little bit more momentum at home. And it was the Rodney Smith show on this drive. Did a terrific job of not only running the football, but his catch on the play action really set up this drive and kept it going. And then downhill in between the tackles, number 1 is your man.
Now, can the Rams answer again? Clark watches this one sail into the end zone for a touchback. They start with Kinsey in the backfield. Remember, the big play threat in the passing game is number 4, Michael Gallup. Now Clark in motion. Kinsey bounces off one man but cannot get outside. Demarius Travis trips him up, but it was Richardson with tremendous penetration to blow that play up.
Well, you called that. Richardson was in the backfield with authority and blows the play up. Tackle for loss. They lose 6 on first down, and that's not the way you want to start if you're the Rams offensively.
You mentioned they had to pick up the pace. Certainly no sense of urgency after that play. Here comes pressure from the Gophers. Hill's going to get sacked eventually. Polk throws him down. Cody Polk. And a Ram offensive lineman is slow to get up. Jake Bennett, the center. Jake Bennett being helped to the locker room, or he'll get further examined, and double whammy. They give up the sack and they lose their center.
Yeah, one of the guys that had been really good today in the middle of that offensive line is Jake Bennett, and it looks like Martin's going to roll up on the back of his legs. He was the first guy in the backfield to walk Cody Polk into the sack, and now you've got a 3rd and very long for the Rams offensively.
3rd and 22 for a freshman quarterback on the road in his 2nd career start. Pressure off the edge, looking to the screen. They get it to Dawkins, who gets out to the 30, but 5 yards short of the first down.
Great effort by Dawkins that at least allows this punting unit to come out and try to regain some field position with 8:54 and counting left to go in the game.
Send out the All-American punter. Celestine made the tackle, so now Myrick and Wolodarski back to return. So the Gophers get the stop, and the offense will get the ball back with a 2-touchdown lead. If they can, no, they're going to fake it. Over the middle, he's open, and they're going to convert. What a play by Mike Bobo. Is this Braylon Scott, the defensive back? Braylon Scott, who already has an interception, and wow, did they execute that to perfection. 29-yard pickup. Mike Bobo rolling the dice.
Gutsy call with the special teams, and you're right, Coach Bobo makes a great call here by the head coach, getting to the fake punt, and credit the 3rd down gain to be able to put that special teams option on the table for him to go. And now you have momentum, you have field position, and with just over 8 minutes left to go, you've got another scoring opportunity for your offense.
Now do they go sudden change to Gallup, bottom of your screen right. They run it to Dawkins. Gets tripped up by Travis at the 27. 3-yard pickup. Definitely not rushing. They're not huddling up, but they're not picking up the pace. Kinsey now in the backfield for Dawkins. 2 receivers to both sides. They swing it out to Kinsey, who makes the grab but lost his footing, having to bring the ball in. Chenault and Polk, but there's a flag. Could this be targeting to a defenseless player going down? Get the call.
There's no foul during the play for targeting. After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 5, blow to the head of an opponent. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I'm confused. It's not targeting, but it was a blow to the head. Goes against one of your veteran players in Jalen Myrick.
Penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal.
Well, this looks to me like helmet-to-helmet contact.
Now the question is, was he defenseless?
But they called the penalty
called it on 5
on Myrick, so this was away from
unless they got
the
their
ball
numbers
carrier.
wrong.
Picked up.
So again, the penalty was, they were right. It was on Jalen Myrick away from the ball. We did not have a look at it. What they were reviewing was whether or not there was indeed targeting on it. So it still means the Rams are in business with 1st and 10 from the Minnesota 15. They give it to Clark, and he is he's thrown down by Richardson. Looked like he might have a chance to get away. And the intensity's been picked up a little bit. Richardson with something to say to Clark after that play.
And Steven Richardson has played behind the Colorado State line of scrimmage the entire afternoon. He's having another whale of a game. Last year, had a bunch of tackles. This year, playing a very good game up front.
Twins to both sides. Pressure up the middle. Hill steps up into the end zone. Gallup. Wow, what a catch. What an adjustment with the ball in the air by Michael Gallup.
Get the football to your playmakers, and you will have success as an offense. Michael Gallup adjusted the football. That's good coverage on the inside by Jalen Myrick, but the only place you could throw this football was short into the front pylon, and that's exactly where Colin Hill delivered the football. And what a tracking job by Michael Gallup to not only adjust, but catch the football for 6.
Again, credit Mike Bobo for rolling the dice on the road, and they cash in with points.
Great call on 4th and short with the fake punt to allow this offense to get rolling and get Colin Hill, the freshman quarterback, an opportunity to get closer to the red zone. Here's the fake punt, just beautifully executed down the middle. 10 plays, 75 yards later, the freshman finds his playmaker in the end zone.
Some great images of the Minneapolis area downtown. Enjoyed our stay here as always, and enjoying a good ball game as Colorado State will not go away. And Myrick takes a knee for a touchback. McCrary right up the gut. So understatement to say a big drive here for the Gophers to eat up some clock and maybe put it away.
Well, this is the time you have to rely on your running game, and this is the time that offensive line needs to find a way to get more out of first down opportunities than just move the ball, you know, a half a yard on first down with under 6 minutes left to go in this football game.
2nd and 9. Play fake. Leidner has Beebe for a short gain, brought down by Davis. So now an important 3rd down here for Minnesota.
Again, a good play on 2nd down, but if that ball's out in front on play action, you're able to get more yards and get more out of that play. So I think that's going to be a correction when you go back and look at this football game, that the 5th-year senior Mitch Leidner needs to be more accurate going to his play action in the flat.
So Brooks out there for 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're the Rams defense, where is Wolodarski, number 82? That's where the football would be going if I'm playing quarterback.
Slot to the left, which is where Leidner's looking. Now Leidner forced out of the pocket. A threat to run as always, but he will get popped. Darnell Thompson finishes him off. He was running for his life right from the start. Johnny Shoup involved as well. So exactly what Colorado State needed there.
A lot of movement up front for the Rams defensively, and I think that got the offensive line of Minnesota moving around and created pressure in the Golden Gophers backfield. And as you said, the finisher, Darnell Thompson, in on the sack.
Josh Lovingood got there first to force Leidner to move. So now Ruiz back to return. No fake from the Gophers. Ruiz lets it go. And it takes a Gopher bounce. And it'll be down at the 24. So the door is open for the true freshman quarterback in Colorado State. Colin Hill with the ball. Back after this. But right now here in Minnesota, all eyes on the true freshman quarterback making his 2nd career start. Colin Hill and the Rams down by 7. He keeps it himself. In the open field, he's got the 1st down. That's Bauta.
That's the big adjustment in the 2nd half for the Rams offensively, allowing Bauta to get in and move the football with his legs from the quarterback spot.
Bauta keeps it himself again. Interesting decision to start with Bauta down by 7 instead of your thrower.
It is, but you've got 3 timeouts remaining. You still got plenty of time on the clock to get the football back if this doesn't work out. You have the mindset as a play caller and as a head coach that this could be the definitive job. You don't want to give up the football here. So you're trying to get to your best plays, and that's been one of the best plays of the second half.
Hill back in with Dawkins. Behind him, 2nd and 12. Hill with time, has a man open. Wosu with the grab, and he gets the first down. Danny Wosu with the catch, pickup of 15. So they're right at midfield with 3:14 to go.
We talked about urgency earlier in the third quarter. Now you just want to get to your best plays, and you don't have to really go to a high-speed tempo here offensively.
Dawkins smothered Ekpe and Richardson. That play took forever to develop, and Minnesota took advantage.
Another play that Steven Richardson involved with along with Ekpe. Those guys have done a good job on the defensive front for Minnesota today.
Well, they converted on 2nd and 12. Now they have 2nd and 14.
And where's Michael Gallup here? Short side of the field to get you some explosive plays.
Pressure, looking to set up the screen. They get it to Gallup, but he's smothered, but there's a flag anyway.
Holding, offense, number 61. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is 3rd down.
The Rams offensively very lucky, Eamon. That ball wasn't tipped or deflected because there were a lot of bodies to the short side of the field trying to get the screenplay to Dalen Dawkins, and Gallup ended up catching it from the wide receiver spot.
3rd and 15. John, you said they had time. Now under 2.5 to play. Do you try to get it all here, or do you give yourself a manageable 4th down?
Well, if it's there, you take it, but you're trying to get a positive play to get yourself into a 4th and manageable.
High throw, catch made by Wosu. Well short of the 1st down at the Minnesota 45.
Good job of taking what was there. Now you give yourself, your offense, an opportunity to convert on 4th down.
It'll be 4th and 5. Dawkins in the backfield. With 3 timeouts left, you can't say this is the ball game, but obviously a huge play here for Colorado State. Here comes pressure up the middle. Knocked away. Allende with the play for Minnesota, and the Rams turn it over on downs.
Minnesota holds its ground on 4th down, and the freshman Colin Hill was trying to get the football to the short side, but Ian Doway does a great job of anticipating the throw to the short side, and Mike Bobo talking with his freshman quarterback, discussing that 4th down opportunity.
So now Mitch Leidner, Shannon Brooks out there to try to salt this one away and have the Gophers improve to 3-0 before they face Penn State. Brooks in his Ram territory with a tough run, and the Rams take their first timeout. This is why you have 3 solid running backs who can break tackles with fresh legs.
Well, it's going to pay dividends not only today as it has, but throughout the season when they start in the Big Ten next week with Penn State. They're going to need guys that are going to run between the tackles, catch it out of the backfield, make people miss, and if you can stay fresh at that position, the way this offense is called, relying heavily on play action, you must have a positive running game to make your passing game effective.
Brooks behind Leidner in the pistol. Carter in motion. Back to Brooks. Breaks 1 tackle. Lowers the shoulder for the first down. Tough running by the sophomore out of Georgia. Schlager and Watson with the tackle.
You mentioned Amon only a sophomore, but that was knowing where you were on the football field and knowing how many yards you needed for a first down. That ball could have been bounced outside and Brooks could have went to the sideline, but he immediately stuck a foot in the ground, made contact, and was able to move the chains and be productive there with just under 1:20 left to go.
Play clock already down to 5 as they come out of the huddle. Colorado State not taking the timeout. Leidner keeps it himself in the open field and he slides. And now Colorado State, I would imagine, will take the timeout, and they do. So while many here in Minneapolis thought this might have been a tune-up after Colorado lowered the boom on Colorado State, turned out to be one final test before Big Ten play. Rams with one timeout left here. Brooks remains in, and he gets it again. He's short of the first down as now we're under a minute. 3-yard pickup. And the Rams will now take their final timeout. Third and 1 from the Ram 35. To Brooks. So we're going to make things interesting here.
Trey Thomas, wow. He comes into the Minnesota backfield and just explodes on Shannon Brooks.
So now Mitch Leidner looking over to Tracy Claeys. I mean, I would think you'd have to punt and trust your defense. You're going to run the clock all the way down.
Yeah, you've got
about
3
12
timeouts.
second difference.
Absolutely. Take it all the way down.
Right now, nobody back to receive the kick. So they're going to send 11 players in the kitchen sink at Santoso. And they had 12 men on the field and couldn't get off. So now if you're Tracy Claeys, do you go for it on 4th and 1?
Illegal substitution. Defense had 12 players
Wow.
in the formation.
That is
5-yard penalty.
inexcusable.
It's still 4th down.
With a timeout remaining, you get the right people on the field. That's just a terrible mistake by Colorado State. And now this offense is going to come back on the field and go for it on 4th and 1.
32nd career start. About to improve to 19 and 13, barring a disaster here. 4th and 1. Beebe, the fullback. They give it to Brooks, and that's your ball game. So the penalty does prove costly as it changes Minnesota's way of thinking, and now they can line up in the victory formation or just walk into the locker room. Another victory for Tracy Claeys. Mike Bobo ran out of opportunities.
Solid performance by Minnesota offensively, both running the football and in their play action. And at the end, that offensive line sealed the game, getting that crease for Shannon Brooks.
So Tracy Claeys and the Gophers head into Big Ten play undefeated. Mike Bobo's club suffers its 2nd loss of the season, but they have found a young quarterback in Colin Hill. That'll do it for Minnesota. The Gophers win 31-24. For John Congemi and our entire crew, thanks for watching. Now let's send you to College Football Scoreboard. Brendan Fitzgerald and Kevin Carter.